Welcome to another episode of the Iceberg Theory Podcast, where we go beneath the surface to explore the unseen and unknown. My guest today is a powerful voice in the space of autism awareness, a mother who started not one, but two autism schools. All of this started when her son was denied admission in a regular school. Dr. Suman not just shares her journey as the mother of an autistic child, but what she did to bring a change in the society around her. Today, we are going to deep dive in the world of autism to know what is it that most people don't know or see about the world of autism, the emotional struggle, the strength, and resilience required to raise a child who is on the spectrum. Hello, Dr. Suman. Welcome to the Iceberg Theory Podcast. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you so much, Neetu. I am also very thrilled to be with you on this podcast.
Thank you. Autism, like we all understand, there's an awareness. People know, okay, what's autism, but can you help us understand what is the general understanding of autism outside in the outside world?
Today, at present scenario is that people started realizing what is autism. Not everybody, but the people. Suppose I am having a child with autism, so around me, the people who are there, they are able to now understand at least something that this is autism, right?
Right.
And one decade before, if we will say, or 2 decades before, it was completely a different thing, very different thing, that what is autism nobody was knowing. Why?
Right.
Because uh, more than 2 decades back, when my son was diagnosed, that time not with autism, mentally retarded it was called,
Yeah.
completely a different word. So mental retardation is completely different from autism. autism
Absolutely.
children Autism children are very unique, and each child is unique with a different challenges and also different qualities in them, which everybody doesn't have. They have a savant ability also, and it really changes their life if they are worked on those savant ability, and they do wonders. People should know that autism children have a different life, which which should be given equal chances as a normal kid in the society. Why? Because they can do wonders if they are trained properly, they are educated properly, and they were given early intervention on time.
I agree with you on that because, like you mentioned, um, you know, a couple of decades back, it was more known as a different word, not an autism, and
Yes.
there was no awareness. It's good that today people do have an understanding of it, but how much do they know about it is something we don't know, and that's what we're going to dig into today. So since you spoke about, your son getting diagnosed almost 2 decades back, tell me, take us back to that moment. What was going through your mind and heart as a mother when you knew about this diagnosis?
So that time, not this word, but he was suffering with infantile spasm and autism word. Since that time, it was not there. We were not knowing about this word. So we were knowing only one thing, that there is some challenge in this boy. And like I'll say that I felt like my world has come to a standstill that time. And
Yeah.
as a mother, I was knowing that he's facing this problem. But what is the solution? How to help my child? I can't see him suffer like this. There should be something for him in this world. So we
Yeah.
went so many doctors. We didn't sit. We went here and there. My mind was like racing with questions, fears, and uncertainty about my son's future also. Like what will happen? And as a mother, my heart, like, it ached with a mix of so much sadness, worry, and love also. So I wanted to like protect him, understand him, help him out, and give him the best possible things which he needs that time. But
Right.
that time we were clueless. Only we could see my son suffer and going to this doctor, that doctor. I don't have anything to help him. He's getting seizures every, like, half an hour, every 20 minutes. and I'm helpless. Only I can go to the doctor, give him medications. That's all.
Yeah.
Nothing was there with me that time.
Yeah, I'm sure it must have been a very difficult time, especially
Yes,
considering there was less awareness as well.
correct.
Um, Tell me, how did you and your family cope emotionally in those early days?
See, emotionally, we were broken completely because whole night and whole day we had to be with him because anytime epileptic attacks used to come. And that time, if we were suppose we are sleeping, who will see him? He can like leave us also. It was
Yeah,
such a big problem with him. So I knew like that time very less about all these disorders which he was facing. One thing was there, like maybe my brain had a sixth sense. So like he was non-verbal, right? So now I have to teach him brush also, to do brushing.
yeah,
Now I'm telling him chalo brush karna hai. He doesn't know what is brush karna hai. So what I started doing one thing good, because this we had learned in our childhood, like brush your teeth, brush it every day. Father, mother, brother, sister, brush it every day. I started with this. So he didn't had words, but he was telling be like this. We
yeah.
started this. So that was uh, for me, it was a big milestone to achieve. At least he has understanding. He was understanding that it's brushing time with this song. They used
Yeah.
to come to us, and he started doing brushing also. So that was a good thing. So slow and steady, we worked on him, and every small milestone was a big celebration for us.
Absolutely. I can only imagine because, from a child not being able to speak to him probably humming those little, words in whatever way he could must have been such a joyful time for you to find that ray of sunshine, that
Yes.
yes, there are changes that are happening. From what I know about you, your journey into the space of autism happened because that one moment where your son was denied admission in a regular school. And that kind of, you know, brought out something else in you. Can you tell us what did it bring out for you?
So, like when we moved to Hyderabad, we thought, come on, we'll take him to any school, any play school at least, so that he will get some friends or he'll mingle with children. At least something he'll learn. So I went to a school nearby. It was a big school only. I won't take the name. So I waited. Then the principal said, okay, you come inside. But as I came near the door only, entrance door, she's telling me, stop over there. After seeing my son, she's telling me, we can't tolerate such children in our school. You can go back. We won't take admission. There's no place for these children in my school. So with tears, I came out from that premises. And that day I took one oath that I will definitely open one school for these children who are denied admission outside. So it was little late, not immediately I could do it, but yes, we opened the school. Now it's the third year it is going on, and the best part is that the school's name is the Turtle Play School, which was like suggested by one of the parent from USA whose child became okay, right? And
Yeah.
he just told me, madam, please put this name, because turtles or tortoise, they will slowly and steady, they will win the race. So my child did, so I can understand its value. So put this name. I said, wow. So we changed the school's name, and the name is the Turtle Play School.
What a wonderful explanation to the journey of an autistic child from a parent themselves. That it's a journey of a tortoise, slow and steady, but they do win the race. So, Dr. Suman, tell me, as a parent of an autistic child, what do you think are the silent and is invisible struggles that a parent of an autistic child faces that most people don't understand?
See, the emotional toll of parenting of a child with autism is often invisible. Nobody
Yeah.
will see it, but the people may see the meltdowns or behaviors of the children, but they don't see the exhaustion, the constant worrying, or the feeling of being judged, neglected. Okay. I went to my one own relative's house from my in-laws house, in-law side. So my son, he was very hyper that time. So to make him settle down, I gave him a slate and chalk piece from her home, that you just write on this, right? So he was sitting and writing. So he sat. So at least 2 minutes I could talk to them. So after writing, he kept the slate on the sofa and he started moving here and there. So that my relatives, he started shouting on me, you don't teach manners to your children. See my children, they are so smart, they have so much manners. He has spoiled my sofa because the chalk piece powder little bit went on the
Yeah.
sofa. So I felt very bad. From that day onwards till 3 years I didn't go to any relative's house. I said no, I will work with my son, I'll do something, I'll start studying. At least I'll put him to take him to that level that nobody should pinpoint on this child and me also.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's painful as well as a parent to experience, and
But I
you know,
thank all of them who pinpointed or threw stones on me, because if they wouldn't have thrown those stones, I wouldn't have make a path to walk on that stone and come over here. So
very well said.
because of them only, today thousands of children have come to us, more than 13,000 I can say, and all have been benefited. I won't say everybody got 100% results, but yes, most of them got, they were adjusted to the house very nicely. No meltdowns, nothing else. Parents, I started educating the parents that this is the problem, so you have to work on this. This is the food, this is the nutrition they needed. So they started understanding, they saw the value. For example, like I was not knowing that what to feed them, what not to feed them, right?
Yeah.
So, like I gave him tomato soup, and after drinking that, he liked it very much. First day when I gave, and after that, a big meltdown. He started hitting his sister. He was like out of control. He was not knowing what he is doing. So that day I didn't realize what happened. Again, after a few weeks, again I gave him. Then I realized, okay, the culprit is this tomato soup, not my son.
Yeah.
So I stopped giving in. Then for just testing again after 2 3 months, I gave him just small bit of that soup. Again he started moving like this, doing like this. So I started then noting down like after eating what he's getting more meltdowns,
Yeah.
and that really helped me a lot. And because of that, like a lot of changes came in his life. Like after drinking milk, he used to push me. After eating sweet corn, popcorn, he used to get irritated, very much irritated. So these things like helped me a lot. My observation skills were maybe higher. I could observe all these things and note them down. So that was a big thing for me.
Yeah, yeah. And when you're talking about this, it also gives the insight in terms of from a parent perspective, how attentive the parent of a child who's in the autistic spectrum ends up being, because you end up monitoring every little thing. And since it's amazing that 13,000 kids who are in the spectrum have visited your centers and got benefited. Now, which also means you've met almost 13,000 set of parents as well. Um,
Yes.
could you share with us what are some challenges that those parents have shared about what people don't know about their struggles?
Yeah, very, very good question, in fact, Neetu. Because every parent, first of all, they don't know what's going on with the kid. Many of them feel that my child is naughty. Some feel that there is something wrong in my child. Where to go, whom to approach, who will help us, they don't know.
Yeah,
So, like, try and error to this doctor, to that doctor. Some people go for like that priest, the pandits, puja, part, everything they do. Means whatever is best in their circumstances, they will do.
true.
So, but they don't know like what is the real cause, why my child is behaving like this. Some beat them, some hit them, some like think that they are very naughty, some think that no, my child is something different. Some grandparents feel that something is wrong with this kid. We have read so many children, but nobody was like this, right?
Yeah,
And
true.
most of the parents tell, like after realizing that this is autism, they tell that in our whole ancestral family also, there wasn't a single child like this. So how we will identify?
Yeah.
So, and also like nights were hell because these children don't sleep at night because of stomach pain. Parents don't know that they have stomach pain because they are non-verbal. They are unable to speak. They can
Right.
scream and shout. Only symptoms they can see, but they don't know what's going on. And majority of the children, the parents don't know. They are picky eaters, and not only picky eaters, they drink less water. Few drink double water, right?
Mm.
And they don't go for the poo early morning. Recently, also, some few children came. After 7 days, they are going for a poo. After 5 days, they are going for a poo. So they don't want to eat. They scream and shout. Like, I can't see their pain. Is happening. Now I understood that, okay, this is the problem. This is the solution. I give the solution to the parents. And after 1 week, 10 days, they come like happily with me. Madam, today my son slept well. Today he ate well. Today he went for the poo. He is going daily now. So they are so happy with the results, seeing the child.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just like to say, Dr. Suman, that, when I'm listening to all of this, as a mother, I feel so proud that there's someone like you who's providing that support and has done that for over 13,000 children and set of parents, because, every little sigh of relief that the parent has, is such a blessing. It's such a noble work that you're doing, and my heart really goes out to the amount of effort that you're putting in this space. So thank you so much for everything actually that you're doing.
I'll tell you, when the child is okay, he's sleeping well, eating well, the smile which the parents enter with, it is priceless,
Yeah, yeah,
completely priceless. Like you can't even imagine like how much like they are happy that something is good after so many years. My child is better after
that's right.
struggling so much.
Yeah.
They feel, and one very good thing I'll tell you about children with autism and their parents. I have met so many 13,000. Out of those two, either one or both is highly intelligent.
Mm.
One mother came from USA, parents, they're telling, Madam, we are earning 10 lakhs per month, but this money is not helping my son. What to do? With this money, we couldn't purchase anything which can help my son.
Yeah.
So they left USA, they shifted nearby my center. We worked on the child. He started speaking. He was so good. So money, money can't buy any treatment for autism. I'll say that. It's a complete passion. Education for the parents, that is very important. They should know what is autism, how to deal with the kid. Shouting and screaming on the child is not a solution.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Agreed. Yeah. No, those are some, beautiful stories that you shared and insights in terms of, no matter how much the parent is earning or whatever stage of life they are in, none of them is helping them with their child's journey. But I think that awareness that you're creating, the messaging that you're spreading, is definitely helping a lot. Now let's come to the school that you've started. What inspired you to take that bold step of starting a school for autistic children? What was that moment that made you feel enough is enough? Now I'm going to do this.
So the moment, like it is also a story. My mother had come to Hyderabad and she came to me with me to my center. That day, two, three parents came. One hugged me and she's crying very badly and she's telling me, Madam, why don't you open one school? We three went to different schools today for our kids' admission, but everybody denied. And we don't have so much money that we can spend
Yeah,
in like big schools. Maybe they will take, but we don't have so much money. We don't have the courage to go to those big international schools or big schools. And she was crying very hard. So my dad's dream was there. My dad had also opened one school. So he always used to tell me, you should open one school, give them proper education. That day, my mother told, I told my mom, Mummy, see what is going on with the parents. And I was also denied admission. And it was my dream to open one school. My mother told, I told my mom that it's a big responsibility. It's not a small responsibility to open a school for them, right? So my
Yeah.
mother immediately she gave me 51,000 in my hand and she told that you start the school. I'll give you more money and you first start the school. So
Wow.
that was the first initiation, and immediately in front of my center, only one place was vacated. And the parents told me, ma'am, this place is vacated. It's just opposite to our center. You please go and ask them. We asked them, and we were successful, and we started the school.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's a great story and pushing yourself to really get that started and what support system you had. So hats off to the people around you who supported you in, starting something so noble.
I
Tell
believe
me where.
in one dialogue of a movie that आप अगर दिल से कुछ करना चाहो तो पूरी कायनात आपको सपोर्ट करने के लिए रेडी हो जाती है. So this
Absolutely.
happens with me every time when I want to do something good.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Tell me, how has this journey changed you? Not just as a parent, but as a person. What has changed for you?
So the journey, like it has transformed me in ways I never thought possible. Also, I have become more empathetic than patient and resilient. Also, I've learned to advocate for myself and others, and to find a strength in vulnerability. Because whenever I see that somebody will tell that this is not done or this is not going to happen, then I think, okay, now I have to see why it is not going to be done. I'll find a way to do this. Because of these things, like one child came to me, they had this problem. I don't know about the problem. Then I started doing one course for that problem. So, like this, more than 21 courses I have done in this field, small and big. With this, my purpose was solved because with every learning, it supported my son and other children also.
Sure. Yeah. I know for a fact that you've not added one or two, but multiple hats, to yourself in terms of, all that you are doing, any kind of support that the children can get. So you've added all those skills, and hats off to you for really being so focused to ensure that, you are giving out your best out there. And not everybody does that. I'd like to bring some attention to the whole word of autism and the misconceptions and what people, the society around understands of it. Because even though there's so much available online, offline for people to read up, to know about, but the truth of the matter is that very few people, unless they are surrounded by an autistic child within the family or their circle, don't have an insight into the world of autism. What are some of the biggest misconceptions people still have about autism after so many years of, the social media being there?
See, one of the biggest misconception is that people with autism are all the same, or they are lacking in emotions or intelligence. But it's not so. They are intelligent. They have more emotions than us. Will you believe? Even a 1-year-old child with autism who is severe in autism spectrum disorder, if they will look at you, they will understand this person is good or bad. He
Wow.
or she, he or she is a friend of mine or not. Immediately they understand. You and me won't understand, but they understand very nicely. And because it is a spectrum, right? So every child is different, and they have a unique quality with them. Their strengths and challenges, and also their personalities, all are different. I'll tell you one child with autism. He was not severe, mild to moderate. He had autism, and he used to get so much anger and all these things. We started working on him, and then he became very like so friendly. One day he knew that my birthday is tomorrow. He came to my home, and my mother-in-law was also there. He was hiding something. I was not at home, so he's telling, where is Suman ma'am? So my mother-in-law also told that she just went to market, she'll come back. So what is in your hand? He's telling, no, I won't show you, I'll show it only to Suman ma'am. Then when I came, he opened the box. He made a cake with his hands with the help of his mother, and he gave
Wow.
me that. cake and he cut with me and he went away. He was so happy. So these things are like very precious for us, for me especially.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we need a close focus on acceptance, understanding, and support from the
Yes.
society also, from the
Yeah.
neighborhood, from the society, from the government, from each and every individuals. Right.
True.
One more
Yeah.
misconception is that people think that it is a disease and it should be cured, but it's not a disease. It's a neurodevelopmental disorder. Right. And
Yeah.
I can say up to 50% it is man-made disorder because
Yeah.
of our lifestyle changes, our food changes, all the pollutions which human beings have made.
True. This reminds me of, a conversation I had with the doctor a few years back, where when they explained about, kids on the spectrum, and he's a very renowned endocrinologist in Australia. What he mentioned to me was that the spectrum is so wide that everybody in the world falls into the spectrum. There's something or the
Correct.
other not, regular or normal with all of us. It's just that some kids are more on the spectrum, and we might be somewhere at the tail end of that bell curve where, we have some part of us which is not regular. But just that for these children who get boxed, that's what I feel. They put into a box that all autistic children are same, like the way you mentioned. But no, they're
Yes.
all very different personalities. And so this brings me to the question that now when a parent knows that or gets to know that their child is diagnosed with autism, the first thought that comes to their mind is, just like the regular thought that is there outside in the world that, oh, there's something drastically wrong with my child. But what do parents of, you know, children on the spectrum need to understand to raise more inclusive and empathetic kids?
So, like parents can start by educating themselves about autism, right? And other neurodiverse conditions also. So, they can
Mhm.
encourage empathy and understand by exposing their children to diverse perspectives and experiences. Like, I never stopped my son going somewhere. We used to take him to the malls, we used to take him to the parks, everywhere. Even in the parties, we used to take him everywhere because he needs socialization. He is a part of the society, right?
Yeah,
Generally, parents have a misconception that because, oh, he has autism or she has autism, she is not allowed to do this. She
yeah,
doesn't have the right to think differently like other children do. She doesn't have a right to play with the toys as they want because these children they want to line up the toys, right? They why they line up, because it's very to put the thing in a line and see that it is all okay, right? A child with no autism they will play in a different way, but the
yeah,
way these children they play like whether in a unique way, they'll watch the cars moving like this, so they watch the wheels very nicely because they think and rethink why it is rotating, why it is working like this, you know
yeah.
they are like very particular about the things. I used to teach my son counting numbers, right? So I used to make
Mhm.
like three balls, then count one, two, three, write three, right? I used to make cups, right? And like count the cup and write. So I also taught him hot and cold. So in hot, I used to make one tea cup and make three vapors like things on the top of the cup, and for cold
Mhm.
on the glass, some dewdrops. So he used to understand. So one day when I gave him counting of the cups, tea cups, so I didn't make the vapors because it was
Yeah,
just for counting, right? So
yeah.
first he made the vapors on the cup, then he wrote three.
Oh,
So I observed these very beautiful things in these children which we don't do.
so
When they will
true.
enter my center, if the doormat is little tilted or it is like little flipped, first they will come keep it on time on place nicely, then they will enter. If toys are thrown they will pick up, but these things didn't happen in one day. After some training they started doing all these things. So
Wow.
their observation skills are very different from us, very, very different.
Yeah. And thank you for sharing that, doctor, because I don't think a lot of people even understand that, a child who's on the spectrum not necessarily is always having a meltdown, is
Hmm.
always, express themselves well. It's also about what are the other side of them. And how beautiful would it be if the entire society really understood the whole, uh, all the details about the spectrum and create a more inclusive society. Since we are talking about that inclusive society, what do you think it will take us to get there, to have an inclusive society?
See, a truly inclusive society would value and celebrate the diversity in all its forms, right? Then it's a really a good society. It would provide accessible education, then employments, and also like social opportunities that cater to different needs and abilities for these children, right? And to get there we need to raise awareness, a lot of awareness, challenge our biases, and work together to create a more accepting and supportive environment for autistic individuals and their families, because it's very, very important to support them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Unless we create an inclusive society, we're not going to bring the best out of everyone around us. And I hope everything that you've shared, the details that you've shared, which I'm sure a lot of our listeners also did not have an insight to.
Thing I'll bring to your notice that generally people don't know about these things, but with my experience with each and every individual, I learned a lot from these children only, that why they throw tantrums, there's underlying cause like an iceberg. You can
Yeah.
see autism this much only, but underlying
Right.
cause is 10 feet down. And why, I'll tell you, in autism, especially every cell of the body, it gets some defects. Defects means some problems. Why these problems? Because these children are unable to detox and they are high in constipation. Water intake is very less. So when the brain is dehydrated, definitely they'll throw tantrums. Even
Yeah.
I, suppose sometimes I'm unable to drink water, I'm in at work, then my brain stops working, till I won't drink water, my brain is not going to work. I can't work properly that time. So these children, water intake is less, nutritional support is less, they don't eat anything properly. They will eat they're picky eaters. Then also like some have pica problem, they will eat anything, even a slipper they can bite, right?
Mm.
Then they throw meltdowns, while because they have severe stomach pain, or they have mitochondrial dysfunctioning or gut dysbiosis, they are hungry or they are thirsty, but parents don't know because they keep on running here and there to engage themselves. I'll literally tell you, they are in so much pain. If a normal guy like us, right, if we have so much pain, na, we would have taken the whole house on the terrace. But they don't speak also. They have so much pain, they won't speak. Nights are horrible for them, days are horrible for them. They'll jump here and there, they'll bang their head because parents are unable to understand what is going on with them. They are unable to speak, they are not able to understand. So, what is happening? Now, how to tell that my stomach is paining and the parents are forcing them, you eat, you do this, you come with me. They don't know that my child is suffering with these things. So
Yeah.
meltdowns occur because of these things. If properly intervention is given on each and everything, speech therapy, occupational therapy, behavior therapy, food, nutrition, diet, detox, natural rhythms, everything is done on time, I can assure the child has to recover with autism. Maybe
Yeah.
70%, 80%, 90%, it depends upon every child because they are unique. They have many more underlying causes also. Some have epilepsy, some have like many triggers they have. Even
Yeah.
the behaviors of the parents count a lot. If the parents
Yeah.
beat them, right,
Yeah.
they will learn how to beat. If the parents love them, they will know how to love. I've seen
Mm.
this. Like in many educated families, the father gets a lot of anger because the child is disturbing, he's running, shouting. The father is on the laptop to work from home. Now, what's going on? He will shout on the child or the mother. The child will just observe the face of the parents. If they are happy, they are happy. If they create anything like which the child doesn't like, then you will see they can throw any sort of tantrums. As they grow up,
Mhm.
the challenges are more bigger, especially after puberty,
Yeah.
hormonal changes. That time you can't stop them doing anything. They will create a hell if they are not treated properly at that time.
Yeah. That's very insightful. Something that comes to my mind as a question, and I think this would also help our listeners as well. That uh, you mentioned about, how the parents, their behaviors, their expressions impact the child who's on the spectrum with respect to their meltdowns. Is there any way the environment, not just the parents, but suppose they're going out to a mall, to a function, or they're out in the public, do you think people's response to them also leads to any kind of meltdown?
Yeah, definitely. Suppose the child is screaming in the mall, for example. Some people will come and tell him something like, "Hey, stop. Why you are shouting and screaming?" They will throw more. And some
Mm,
people, some children, they get frightened, they'll stop that time. But after some time, when they will see somebody is stronger than them, they can stop. But as they will go away, they will try to beat the parents or the siblings. Like whoever is
mm,
weaker than them, they will beat them. That why
that's
this person did this to me. So people, whether in malls or restaurants or anywhere, if they just welcome these children, right, with a smile, they don't want anything else. Only with a smile, a respectable word to these children, you will see they will be their best friends.
yeah,
They'll start loving them, liking them.
yeah.
This is autism. They are gold by heart. They are diamonds by heart. They don't know like the front person is mine or somebody else. They don't know all these things. If anybody will go and hug them with love, try to reach out to them with with love, you will see definitely they will be their best friends. Like children who come to me, come in my center, after 2 3 days, they become such a good friends of mine. They'll come and stand on my chair also. They'll come in my cabin. Some will give me punch, some will hug me, some will sit in my lap, some come smiling with me, looking at me, which they don't do with the parents also. And many children, they uttered first word to me, Amma or Ma,
Oh,
which touched my heart so many times.
that's beautiful. Um, and thank you for sharing that insight, Dr. Suman, because I don't think a lot of people understand that the energy that you exhibit in front of a child who's on the spectrum does have an impact on them. And all they're looking for is just for respect and love. You don't need
Actually,
to, yeah,
actually, I am not giving them energy. They are giving me good vibes and positive energy. Because of
so
that, I
true,
am always smiling.
so true, yeah, beautiful.
Because they are
Thank
blessed
you.
souls, they are blessed souls. But
Absolutely.
we think that we have to change them, but I'll tell you, the society has to change for them.
Well said. They don't have to change. It's the society who has to learn to adapt and change.
Yes.
You don't need to change the
Give
child.
them the proper environment which they want. They want parks, they want a nature, and the nature is gone. You will see hardly few trees near a township also or near a flat also. They need the nature. You
Yeah,
leave them in the nature, they will prosper very fast.
wonderful. Thank you for sharing all those insights, Dr. Suman. This not just helped to know the world of a child who's on the spectrum, but also helped each of us who are listening to this conversation that what can you do to make the child who's on the spectrum smile and not melt down? What is it that you could contribute? Whether or not you're related to the child doesn't make a difference, but what could you do to bring that smile on the child and to avoid that meltdown that the child would have?
I had kept my son for table tennis, right? I had taken him. So it was the first day. So sir told, you leave him and go. Come after 1 hour. So after 1 hour, when I came, I saw that my son is with some different lady whom I don't know. And she's teaching him how to handle the racket and the ball, how to just bounce it at one place. So I didn't tell her anything. I was just watching that who is this lady who's so kind and so like she has so much empathy for such a child. So I was just watching, and till 15 minutes I was there just watching her. I just smiled at her. I didn't tell her anything that I am the mother of this child. Then I went and asked her, "Do you know this child?" She said, "No." Then I told her, "Okay, then why are you teaching him?" She told that I've come from USA and my son has autism. So in USA, I don't have that support, personal support. So I shifted to Hyderabad, and over here I get the support. So for studies and everything, I could hire a maid. And I saw that this child was left by the teacher. The teacher is not taking care of this child. So I thought, why should I stand? I'm just wasting my time waiting for my son. So I'll teach him. And so I started teaching him, and he is able to do, ma'am. He's telling me. So I tell, I am the mother of this child, and thank you so much. Today I realize that yes, I'm not alone. Parents like you are also there in the society who are so so much supportive. So that was a very big brought tears in my eyes. I was so thankful from heart to that lady.
Yeah, it's a beautiful example of
Yeah.
how not even being related to the child, not knowing the child, how could you just add a little bit to the child's day
It was
by
too
just
much.
being,
That was too
yeah,
much, not little bit, I can say.
yeah, just by being, present for the child and not judging the child for anything else. Beautiful story that you shared. Thank you. And thank you so much for all the insights that you have shared, Dr. Suman. It's a great eye opener for all of us. Just before we close, I would like to reflect a little bit on your journey. What's one thing you wish someone would have told you at the start of your journey 2 decades back? What do you wish someone must have told you?
I wish that someone would have told me, Suman, you are not alone. We are there with you. We are there for you and your son. That would have really gave me a lot of strength. But I got more strength when people told we are not there for you. Because then I thought, okay, when like Rabindranath Tagore had told, Jodi to dakshune ko na ase to bhi ekla chalo re. Means
Mm.
if nobody is listening to your voice, you start walking alone. Maybe people will come at the back of you. So that happened with me, and I was happy alone also, because when nobody is there to support me, means I'm over here, right? Now I have only one chance to go up, not down, when I'm on down, right? So that was a good journey. I don't blame anybody. I hats off to the people who had thrown stones on me. They would have supported me in the beginning. I wouldn't have never reached over here, never.
That's a great perspective. What is something about your son that the world doesn't see, but you wish they could?
uh he has a lot of abilities, uh like he's not a musician, he's not a singer, but he makes some music by himself, which I can understand nobody else, right? Even he had an anger also, na? In that anger also he used to uh like uh, take out that anger in a musical way, which I could understand, and I can't share it with anybody. I used to laugh,
Yeah.
right? And like I was surprised one day when we were traveling in a car that he knows more than 200 songs. I had
Wow,
never heard from his mouth. Yes. So he learned bicycle, he learned basketball, he learned skating, he learned karate. He could break bricks with one blow. He does very good art and craft like stitching and all these things. So they have challenges, but they have talents also, which we have to dig out with
absolutely.
practice. Without practice, without giving them a chance, we can't hope that they can't do. They will do if we will give them a chance. So proper environment is really needed from everywhere. It's not only home, from the neighbors, from the society, from the government, from all over the world.
Absolutely. Yes, it has to be a society that supports, children on the spectrum so that they feel included. And they don't have to feel that they don't belong to the place.
Only one smile, only a single smile is enough to accept them in the society. Just that they are coming, give a smile, that's enough. They will think that, okay, I'm a part of this society.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Suman, for opening up your heart to us today, sharing your story, your journey, the contribution that you're making, which is absolutely not quantifiable, because when you say 13,000 students, 13,000 children that you've been working with all these years, it's a number nobody can imagine, especially in the space that you're working. Your story reminds us that what we see is just the tip. Beneath every child with autism is a world full of strength, beauty, and untold courage. Thank you so much for being on our show
Thank you,
today.
and I'm honored to be with you. Your good questions touched my heart.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor. That was a very insightful conversation. Dr. Suman gave us an insight, a microscopic view of what a life of an autistic child and the challenges of the parents. She also shared, as a society, how can we be more inclusive and bring a smile to every child? If you found this conversation insightful and know of someone who could benefit as well, please share this with them. And don't forget, the Iceberg Theory podcast drops new episode every 2 weeks. Until next time, take care.